You're watching Ticket TV. Like, share, and subscribe on your way in.
All right, y'all. Salute everybody. Appreciate all y'all tapping on in, like, share, and subscribe. Did not think I was coming back in here, man, but was put on to some information, you guys. And I'm gonna tell y'all, man, this is not a scare tactic to anybody. This is me just putting out uh some information to you guys. Some serious information to all of you guys, man. Fellow content creators that's out here putting out certain contents. Um, this situation with Nolan Wells. Everybody knows what type of turn it has taken on the internet uh, with the entire, you know, uh, social media. This case taking over everything, man. What is about to come is extremely. It's about to get wicked around here, man. And what I mean is, I believe personally they're going federal. And what I mean by that is when I say federal, Donald Trump's lawyer, uh, he came out and he made some starch warnings uh, today on Nancy Grace and specifically on Chris Cuomo's show. I am of the belief right now that he is preparing to serve federal lawsuits, not state, federal. And I want to tell you why. This guy, he is specialized, and I did my research on this guy. He is specialized in federal lawsuits. Now, what's the difference between federal and state lawsuits? First of all, this guy, he has the financial means backing to go all the way in multiple states. He has money to send investigators. He has money to send people to go do sworn depositions in different states. And he has the actual financial backing to go the distance in a long term trial if it has to go, which, if you're fighting this type of case, you don't want to, because if you don't have the money to fight this case, a judge will automatically rule in their favor. And then you'll lose, bro. They'll probably rule in hundreds of thousands of dollars against you and completely break you down, man. And what this guy is doing, you guys, I believe, is going the federal route. When I looked at his history and I looked at his resume, the reason why he's going to go the federal route is because that instantly knocks out the anti-slap law. Now, basically, the anti-slap law, it protects content creators from, having their opinions, but those are mainly against celebrities, public figures, things like that. They are not against private citizens. So basically, uh, I believe what his strategy is going to be, and the reason why I'm doing this video is to put everybody onto game on what I think is going on right now and why I think he was brought in. Because think about this: them boys already had that local lawyer down there in Mississippi, but why did they bring this big dog in? They brought this big gun in because he can file lawsuits federally. Now, when he files lawsuits federally in state court, let me say this again. Oh, not state court, excuse me. When he files in state a federal lawsuit. So let me give you an example, right? I wanted to make sure I word that right, right? When he goes into state court, the judge has to follow the specific state laws. But when you bring a guy like this guy in, it's federal. So when he files a lawsuit in a federal district court, a major conflict happens under a legal conception which is known as the Erie Doctrine, right? Now, the state laws, they provide anti-slap protections, but they mainly attend to celebrities, not public figures as much. I mean, not private figures as much, excuse me. Private citizens, right? Which the boys are. Federal courts, they have to follow the rules of they must follow the federal rules of civil procedure, I want to say, right? Which is the nationwide playbook for federal judges. So many federal circuits rule that because state anti-slap motions create extra fast track hurdles that do not exist in the federal playbook, the state anti-slap laws are completely blocked from being used. So they bring this guy in the big dog right here, this is what we're gonna call him because he's Donald Trump's lawyer, and he ain't that for no reason. He's won a lot of money in a lot of litigations if you look him up. He's brought in because he has the entire backing to make all the cases go federal, which eliminates the anti-slap law. So basically, that just gives him an easy strategy and an easy map right to success in the lawsuits, right? Now, so let me give you this right here, right? If you're sued in California, Texas, or Boston, right? The First, Fifth, and Ninth Circuits, those specific federal courts do allow you to use state anti-slap protections. But if you're sued in New York, Washington, D.C., Georgia, the 2nd, 11th, and D.C. circuits, the federal courts have explicitly ruled that the state anti-slap laws have zero power in federal court. And this is bad for content creators in these states that I just named, right? Because this circuit, right, which the ones I just named, these circuits, I should say, are famously one of the places where the federal loophole is wide open. So if Donald Trump's former lawyer right here, or his lawyer, Edward Paulsick, right, chooses to file a federal defamation lawsuit against certain people in these states, the court will remain completely silent on the anti-slap law. So the person who is going against him, they won't be allowed to file a quick motion to dismiss the case. They won't be allowed to pause the case to avoid expensive legal digging, and they won't have a right to force those boys to pay her, these people attorney fees if they were to win in an early round, right? And also, it makes it bad because, and I'm gonna tell y'all this, man. They said this today on the show, and if you know the law, if you truly know the law, if you come on the internet and people think that, oh, well, I can say I think, I this, I that, I the third. Well, I'm gonna tell y'all what their strategy is. Their strategy is gonna be this. Those people that got arrested for threatening, 3 people have been arrested for threatening people's lives, right? One of the dudes that was arrested today, they found out he had a criminal history, a violent criminal history, and they put that shit all over TV, the dude from Chicago, right? All they're going to do is just take those examples right there and also show examples of what they say were threats against the boys. And they're going to basically claim that people making these videos insinuating that their clients committed murder when they have an autopsy from Ben Crump that says that the cause of Nolan Wells' death was undetermined. Plus, them boys have not been arrested, have not been charged with any crime, and they're private citizens. Man, this shit gonna get disgusting, man. Because somebody coming on the internet saying, oh, well, I think this or I feel that, it don't mean nothing. If you insinuate in any way, shape, or form that a private citizen committed a murder, man, I'm gonna tell y'all something. And because this is the reason why he keeps pointing to the backlash and how much it's hurt these boys and how much has ruined their reputations and things people are saying. That is the actual thing that you would have to prove in court. And you could prove in court because what they're doing is, and what they've done is they've screenshotted people's videos, they screenshotted people's comment sections, they've screenshotted all y'all shit. So what am I talking about? This is what I'm saying. And the lawsuits they put out, you're gonna see a lot of these people's videos shot. So what I'm saying is they're taking screenshots. They've already got copies of the videos, and they can get them from YouTube too. They can subpoena them from YouTube, even if you delete them. They can subpoena them because YouTube always keeps them in file. But what happens is that they screenshot your video and they screenshot all the comments in your comment section of people saying that, oh yeah, man, they did it, this, that, and third, to show the ramifications of your statements within said video content, which shows that you use a platform which was monetized, right? Accused or insinuated that these boys who have not been charged with anything, let's just be honest right now, they haven't been charged with anything. This is how they're going to use this in court. And what he's going to do is he's going to play the long game. He's got enough finances to play the long game. In civil court, if you ain't got the money to go the long way, the judge is automatically, he's not going to wait for you. He's going to rule against you. You don't get to get a court-appointed attorney in civil court. If you ain't got the money, the judge is automatically going to rule against you to lose. And then they're going to rule against you to take an exorbitant amount of money and take everything from you. Then what this guy's going to do is they're going to take that paperwork, send it to YouTube, and have your channel removed. This is what their plan is. I'm telling you this right now. And I think people need to understand this, that this is a very serious situation, bro. I don't think people understand how serious this is, but this has been very serious, this entire situation. And I'm going to tell y'all something, right? So let me tell y'all this, right? According to YouTube's terms of service, the platform has the absolute right to terminate any account if they believe the creator's content causes legal exposure or harm to others, meaning there's no trial that's even needed. YouTube doesn't need to wait around for a multi-year trial to finish. If the attorneys for the Ocean Spring teens, right, present YouTube, which is what they're going to do, I already know their plan, with a formal legal complaint or preliminary court order showing that a channel is actively causing severe world harm, like driving death threats towards private citizens because of their insinuations or allegations or suggestions in their video, YouTube's automated safety systems or legal teams can instantly ban or remove the entire channel to protect themselves from getting dragged into that lawsuit. This is why they brought Donald Trump's lawyer in here. Let me explain this again. And I don't want nobody to take this as hate. I'm giving you actual facts. When you guys think, why did they bring Donald Trump's lawyer? Why would they bring a big dog like this in here that's used to dealing with tens of millions of billion-dollar lawsuits? They're doing this because they're coming to wipe all these people out. It ain't just about money. They're trying to wipe all these people out because what they're saying is that these boys were defamed to a point, and I'm going to say it again, were defamed to a point of no return, right? And who you think the driving force behind all this is? You take a big guess. I ain't got to say no names. I ain't got to say no names. If you ain't blind, if you got two eyes, you can see. You can see, right? So basically, YouTube, they rarely act as referees for basic defamation claims, right? And extremely strict about harassment, right? But if a creator makes dozens of videos targeting specific private citizens or individuals, naming them or alleging or insinuating that they could be murderers or things like this without any charges, those individuals, if they report YouTube, their lawyer reports this to YouTube with their lawsuit for harassment and cyberbullying, YouTube is going to check that situation, and if they agree, man, they're going to shut the people's channels down. They're going to lose their entire business, right? And then let's talk about this other part right here, right? And I told you guys this, man, and this is a crazy situation, man. Like, he's brought in because if you don't have, this is why I keep telling people, don't come on the internet and say stuff if you ain't got your money right to go the distance with these people. And this is the truth. This ain't stupidity. This ain't about being dumb. This ain't about backing down. A lot of y'all have families, man. A lot of y'all have people that y'all taking care of, man. Real talk. If you ain't got the bread, and this is Tupac said this, you can't go to war unless you got your money right. If you ain't got your money right, don't be ready. If you got your money right and you ready to go to war and you can go the distance, and you can go get $500,000 lawyers, I'm telling y'all this. If you can go get $500,000 lawyers and you can go the distance, hey, knock yourself out. But I'm going to tell y'all something, man. And I'm going to be honest with y'all, man. It's going to take a lot of cheese from what these people can do to you in court. The fact that they raised money, got this guy on the case, because I was doing my studying and doing my homework. I said, well, why did they bring this guy in there? They brought him in there because he's going to bypass filing in the states. No, he's going to file federal lawsuits. Watch what I tell you. He's going to file federal lawsuits where everything is in his favor and in the favor of his clients. And he's going to go in there He's going to take Ben Crump's autopsy and say, look, this autopsy shows that the death was inconclusive. They couldn't even find a result of this death, but you have people suggesting that our clients are murderers. They're private citizens and their life have been completely affected. This falls right under slander per se or defamation per se. Boom. And the reason why he's in there is because he's more experienced than that Mississippi lawyer to deal with content creators across the country in different states. This is the reason why they went and got Donald Trump's lawyer. He specializes in this type of shit. So this is not me putting fear tactics in nobody. This is me telling y'all what they're coming to do. And he ain't playing. I know mofos think that he out here trying to send wolf tickets. He ain't selling a wolf ticket. They paid that mofo in full. This is not a game. If you don't got your money right, if you ain't ready for a long, and I'm going to say it again, if you cannot pay these big time lawyers, because you're going to need them in this type of case. In this type of case, you're going to need $150,000 to $300,000 to $400,000 to fight this type of case. Easy. He goes federal, which is what he's going to do. I promise y'all this. He's going federal with his lawsuits. I looked up his history. He's brought here because he understands how to move from state to state. Why? He's Donald Trump's lawyer. He understands how, and he specializes in defamation cases. So when he goes into court, he automatically gonna get respect off the whistle from the judges. Listen to what I told y'all this. This had nothing to do with Donald Trump telling him to come down. I believe this has something to do with somebody else. That's what I believe. Now, the person I think, I won't say their name, but you take a guess. You take a guess. I'm going to tell y'all all something listening to this video. This is not scare tactics. I'm telling y'all this because these are facts, y'all. This dude right here, he's not coming to play penny ante games. He's coming to file federal lawsuits. And when you bring him in, what he has is he has the emphasis. The Mississippi lawyer, independent lawyer, he doesn't have the infrastructure to do everything he needs to do nationwide. This is why this guy joined the Mississippi guy. Because he's going to make sure he files all these things the way that they're supposed to be filed. And he's going to go into court looking with a hand up. I'm telling y'all this. If you ain't one of these content creators that's caked up and you talking all this high power shit because you made a few money off these views, bro, I'm telling y'all right now, man, this shit finna get disgusting. And they're not joking. I know people think, oh, they're joking. They're playing. No, they ain't fucking playing, bro. If y'all know how Donald Trump's lawyers sue people for anything. Bro, Donald Trump's lawyers right now are suing the BBC for $10 billion, bro. No bullshit, man. They're suing the BBC publication right now for $10 billion. See, this is why I tell people, you need to do your homework and look this up. That's why I said, when this dude came on this case, right? When he came on this case, I said, hold on, man. I said, how in the hell is he on this case? And he's a big time lawyer. Like, what the fuck is he doing down here? Right? People, what I'm telling y'all right now. Right? People, what I'm telling y'all right now. So when that happened, I was out here like, man, what the hell is going on? I was truly thinking about this. Right? Now, Donald Trump, he's suing the BBC for $10 billion. Now, if you know how Donald Trump rolls, this is his lawyer right here. His lawyer, they automatically be getting settlements. A lot of his cases don't even got to go to trial. They be getting big time payouts before trial even start. But let me show you. So Donald Trump is suing the BBC right now for $10 billion. He alleged defamation and deceptive trade practices over a heavily criticized edit of his January 6, 2021 speech. So these type of lawyers who work for Donald Trump, this guy worked for Donald Trump, bro, the president of the United States of America, bro. That's why you need to look at what type. See, when you talk shit, you got to understand what you're against and make sure that you're prepared to go against what you're going against. If you're financially prepared, I ain't talking to you. But if you on YouTube, you talking shit, and they coming down here fucking with YouTubers, man, let me tell you something, bro. They trying to eliminate all these people from the space. I'm telling y'all this. That's why I said when people were saying that shit about private citizens, it's a whole different ball game because that anti-slap shit don't mean nothing when he go federal. Right? So once again, as y'all see right here, and if you look up this guy's history, his resume, man, he has a lot of cases on his belt, bro. With Donald Trump, man. He has a lot of cases on his belt, right? With Donald Trump. And when you look at it, you just sit here like, damn, dog, like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? Now, when you look at how much money he has won in cases for Donald Trump, right? Man, bro. Man. Oh, man, bro. I'm just going to be real with y'all, man. This dude got some big wins, bro. And this is not me in here selling wolf tickets, bro. They bought this mofo in here to go federal, my nigga. Real shit, bro. He coming in here. They trying to get him. When they bring him, bro, when you go get that type of bag and get him, that means you trying to get everybody out of here, bro. And I told y'all this right now. He's working. I believe he's the lawyer on this $10 billion lawsuit. Right? All he gonna do is run you out the game. So let me show y'all what I'm talking about. Because this is why it's important that you do your research before you just come on the internet saying anything. This is why you do your research and you check shit and you really research shit before you just come on here running your mouth. Look at this, y'all. So this is his name right here, right? Right? Edward Palskett, right? He has helped secure tens of millions of dollars in total media settlements for Donald Trump, contributing to a massive $86.5 million payout that Donald Trump has raked in from various lawsuits against tech and media companies, all for what? Defamation. And rather than winning money through traditional jury trials, his specialty, listen to what I told y'all this, his specialty is launching aggressive multi-billion-dollar lawsuits that force massive corporations to settle out of court. So if massive corporations can't even pay to go to trial with him, the fuck you think a YouTuber gonna do? And when I tell people these truths, they don't want to listen. And then when you crying, when you lose your house, you lose your car, you lose everything because you came on YouTube running your mouth, talk thinking you Billy Badass. And they don't went and got this dude out here. And again, this is why you look at people's resumes before you come on the internet running your mouth. This is why it's very important. These are his major financial wins. The CBS Paramount settlement, $16 million. He was the lead attorney who sued Paramount and CBS over the editing of a 60-minute interview. He successfully forced them to pay $16 million. This ain't even had to go to trial. The Meta settlement, $25 million. The ABC News defamation case, $15 million. Bro, these cats ain't playing, man. These cats get ready to clean motherfuckers' clocks, man. You bring big dogs like this, you better have some real cheese, nigga. If you trying to go to war, you better have some real cheese. I'm trying to tell you this shit. And this is not fear-mongering. This is the truth. And here's the thing. He can't just go to court and say it. He has to go to court and prove it. He's saying he's alleging that he got the goods. So you can yawn and all this other stuff, but I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. The mood is gonna be real somber on the internet after these lawsuits hit, man. They brought this dude in to go federal, y'all. I'm telling y'all this. Because when I looked, I was like, why did they bring this big ass lawyer in here? Like, I'm trying to figure out why they brought him in here for YouTubers and for content creators on Facebook who's getting money. Think about this. The only reason why he's coming in here is to smoke all these people out instantly. That's it. Nationwide. He got so many contacts across the country. Bro, it's going to be very hard and cost a lot of money to fight this shit, bro. And I'm telling people the truth. You're going to need at least $250, $350 to $400,000 to fight a civil lawsuit against this. And then here's the bad part, right? Here's the bad part. If you don't have the money to win, the judge will rule against you. You'll have to pay probably damn near $1 million in payouts throughout the rest of your life from your paychecks and everything until you pay off the debt. And then you got to pay the boy's lawyer fees. This is why they brought this guy in here. Watch what I tell you. If what I tell you ain't true, y'all come back and hit me in the face with it. The only reason I believe he's here is because he going federal. He going federal. And he specialized in that. He specialized in that. So when people say, oh, he's selling wolf tickets. No, he ain't selling wolf tickets. He don't won against the biggest companies easy. He ain't even had to go to trial. He just got easy settlements. They said, nah, we'll go settle, man. We ain't trying to pay to go all that shit. Because it's going to cost too much money to go through with all that legal shit. This is how he smoked people out. That's why he's saying what he's saying, y'all. That's why he talking that talk he talking. He's been brought in to clean house. Period. There ain't no way Donald Trump's lawyer come down messing with YouTubers unless he's here to pack shit up. Again, if you got the bread and you willing to go all the way in court, or you willing to try and fight it as far as you can, your money can let you, hey man, I ain't arguing with you. I'm not talking about you. But to the people who know they ain't got that bread, who come on the internet running your mouth, and then you're going to turn around, and then you're going to ask people to donate to you to help you raise funds, man, you can't be doing that. It's going to be like 30 people out here asking for donations to help with their lawyers. Do you think everybody on the internet got money to be helping all these people fight with lawyers? This is why I be trying to tell y'all, sometimes it's better to close your mouth than open it and remove all doubt before you know what it is for real. But people get mad when you talk smart. Then when it looks stupid, all that gang talk go down the drain. And I told y'all this. I did my homework on this guy. The only reason he is here is to go federal, clean this shit out, and get a whole bunch of easy settlements. Big money settlements. That's why he's here. And you don't have to believe me. Go look up his resume, what he specializes in, and he's still Donald Trump's lawyer. Matter of fact, he's a part, if I'm not mistaken, of the $10 billion lawsuit they got right now. He's the part right now of the $10 billion lawsuit, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he's the part of it. Hold on, let me pull this up for y'all. He's a part of this right now. And see, this is what I'm trying to tell y'all. $10 billion. So this is what he does, y'all. He'll come out and he'll sue. So like what he'll do is, right, content creators, he'll sue you for $10 million. Make you settle for $2 million. You like, I ain't got to. You're gonna be paying until the rest of your life. This is what he does. Or he's gonna say, hey, okay, you wanna go all the way? Okay, let's go all the way. Now it's gonna cost you more money in your legal fees and everything like this. Look on your screen right here. Right? So he has ongoing multi-billion-dollar targets. Didn't I just tell y'all about that $10 billion defamation suit they got against the BBC? He's Donald Trump's current lawyer. So he ain't even Donald Trump's ex-lawyer. He's still working for Donald Trump. He's working on that BBC case right now on that lawsuit. $10 billion. And they got the New York Times, $15 billion. Right? He wrote the initial threats, the legal threats, multi-billion-dollar legal threats demanding the retractions and damages from the New York Times. Peep game now. So he's Donald Trump's current lawyer. Right? To the person who said they're doing this to remove themselves from the situation, you can't say that. They might be doing this because they're really innocent. If you are innocent and people calling you a murderer, you will want to fight too. The problem is that we haven't seen all the evidence yet, as far as from the Ben Crump and from the state. This is why I told y'all, you never jump off sides. Ben Crump is the leader of the troops. He has his own team down there. If you don't see Ben Crump jumping off sides, why the fuck you gonna play Billy Badass and jump off sides? Stay behind the line, follow the leader, and peep how he moving. If you don't see Ben Crump out here saying all this wild shit, and then the lawyer even said today, because Nancy Grace, Chris Cuomo, is either Chris Cuomo or Nancy Grace asked him, he said, hey, are you suing Nolan Wells' family? He said, nope. He's not even suing Nolan Wells' family. That's when I knew this shit was diabolical. He's not even suing Nolan Wells' family. He said he coming after them content creators. Right? He said he coming after them content creators. Right? I'm telling you, man, they finna wipe these. I'm telling you, bro. When they bring him in here, bro, all he does, think about this, y'all. All he do is litigate multi-million and billion-dollar lawsuits. The fuck is he down here messing with YouTubers? Some of these people ain't got $25,000 to their name. Think about what I just said to y'all. And ask yourself this question. Why is Donald Trump's lawyer, that's Donald Trump's current lawyer, he is fighting current litigation for Donald Trump right now against the BBC and the New York. He specializes in these defamation lawsuits. If you think a penny ante YouTuber is gonna whoop him, bro, you better have some real fucking cheese and some top notch. I'm talking about multi-million. Bro, this is a multi-million-dollar lawyer right here. He taking this case for the low though, because what he know he gonna win on the back end of these lawsuits. Peep game now, which is why I'm asking, and I want everybody to listen to what I'm saying. I'm asking, is anybody else paying him? Use your brains. Multi-million-dollar lawyer coming in here and going in on these content creators to shut them all down. Why would he do that if he's doing $15 billion, $10 billion lawsuits? Why would he do that? Oh, I get it now. See, the question is, how much money is he getting paid for this? That's why I keep trying to tell y'all, man. Bro, you come on the internet, man, you talking about private citizens, yo, people who are not public figures. Y'all already seen Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion. They're public figures. They already won lawsuits against certain YouTubers. Now you get a multi-million-dollar, and to the person say free speech. No, you don't understand. You guys got to understand the difference between free speech and the difference between defamation against a private citizen. That's a lot of people don't know the law. Bro, the laws protect the private citizens more than anything. Here's the law right here, y'all. Your free speech goes out the window. If you come online and make a statement like, yo, I think they murdered somebody, guess what? If that statement leads to them getting people, which many people online have been saying this shit, to think that these boys are guilty, and there have been no charges, there have been no autopsy that even said so far that this boy was murdered. Think about what I'm saying to y'all. There have been no evidence that has been admissible in a court of law that proves that these boys committed any crime. Think about what I just said to y'all. Once you say that, and you're monetizing and making money off that shit, it's over with. There is no protected free speech. Because that goes into what they call slander and defamation per se.
right? And it's okay. I mean, I know y'all seeing some of these content creators say they're not gonna back down. They saying that now. The lawsuit hadn't hit them yet. But when they begging, when all these people on the internet begging for donations and begging you to support them to back up their all, and it's gonna be probably like 20 of these people. I promise y'all this shit. Only a few of them got money to go. Those people, I ain't talking to them. They know who they are. They big dogs. They got money to go however they want to go with it. I'm talking to the people who can't afford this type. You got family, you got kids, you maybe got shit you personally. Bro, I don't want to see people broken like that, man. And I don't think people understand my thoughts when I say this shit, bro. Cause I understand what it's gonna be. I'm telling y'all straight up what it's gonna be. Right? Peep what I just told y'all. And to the person who says defamation and slander need to prove malice and intent. Oh, it's easy to prove malice and intent. Against a private citizen is easy. Because all they're gonna do is this. Once you have a certain amount of subscribers and viewership on your platform from that content, all they're going to do is just show your comment section full of people accusing these people of murder based off your statements in that video. Game over. That's why they said they taking screenshots and recorded all these videos. All they're going to do is take all of the screenshots where people were saying, yeah, they murdered them, they did this, they did that. It's over with. All them comments. They're going to show that your video directly influenced people to say this stuff. And then they're going to show, hey, look, even these people were getting death threats. Why y'all think they kept publicizing all those people who was charged for threatening them people? I'm telling y'all this. This gonna hurt a lot of these content, and they don't understand it yet, bro. But when you're dealing with people like this, bro, you have to be very smart. You have to have your money right, and you have to be very smart. When you don't see Ben Crump talking crazy, bro, I ain't finna. Let me tell you something, bro. Ben Crump wasn't talking crazy. That's how I knew. I said, hold on, man. Let me fall back. Ben Crump ain't out here talking his shit. He ain't popping it. Peep game now. You can't jump in front of the leader. Ben Crump is the leader. He has the people down there investigating this case. The parents ain't even saying this stuff. I'm telling y'all this. The parents ain't even saying this stuff. And I'm gonna tell you how I know this is a playbook. Because if you went and looked at the defamation suits that these other celebrities filed, all they did is went to these people's channel and screenshot all the comments and things people were saying. That's all they did. That's the same thing that happened in the lawsuit with that girl who worked with Big Ticker, who filed a lawsuit against Big Ticker's wife. All she did was go to her social media, screenshot what she put, and screenshot all the comments that was defaming her based off what that girl said. And she's suing her right now because of that. Alicia Brown chick. She's suing Alicia Brown right now because of that. This is why I be telling people, y'all be thinking I be trying to go against cats. No, I be trying to get y'all a game. If I had these people phone numbers individually, I would have called them personally and told them this shit. But a lot of these people don't understand. They come on and then they still gonna think, oh, y'all telling wolf tickets. And then watch what I tell y'all. Soon as this dude come down and he start filing them lawsuits and they start getting that shit and they mail start getting served and shit like that with these multi-million-dollar lawsuits, he talking about your lawyer needs to talk with my lawyer, with me immediately about a settlement. These motherfuckers gonna be sick when they see the price that he's asking for. If he asking these big corporations for $10 billion, how much you think he gonna ask these content creators for? $15 billion. Look at this shit. He's getting $15 billion. They are suing the BBC for $10 billion. He's suing them for $15 billion. Right? Think about what I just said to y'all. So when you can come on, it's good for you to come on YouTube and feel strong and talk big, but when reality hit, people got bills to pay out here, man. People got family and shit to take care of, man. It's not worth you losing your whole network and then having them garnish all your money, seize your assets, If you got a house, seize your house, put a lien on your house. So even if you buy the house, you buying it for them. People don't understand this shit. Why they talking this shit on YouTube and they on that high on Facebook, X, TikTok. Soon as they bring their ass over there to a courtroom, y'all seen what happened to that girl. That girl was talking all that shit. Soon as they showed that girl, hey, okay, you think we playing? We send you this paperwork right here. Let's talk about this settlement. She took all that shit down. And still gonna probably have to pay a settlement. I'm telling you, man. If you ain't got the bread to go, and then if you don't have the money to continue with the lawsuit, they instantly shut you down. I mean, they instantly, a civil judge, ask anybody worth their salt, he'll instantly shut you down and you'll lose. So if you go to a judge, for example, say, Judge, I don't have money to continue to pay my lawyer right now. Okay, case closed. They win. And then the judge will decide how much money he rules in their favor. And then they'll start seizing your assets, garnishing your money out of your paychecks to where your money goes directly to them. Wherever you work, wherever your pay, it goes directly to them. And people say this type of suing should be against the law. It is the law. This is why they protect private citizens. This is the same shit that happened with Shannon Sharp. Remember when Shannon Sharp and Ocho Cinco went on the show when the girl with Usher, the girl was dancing, Usher was dancing with the girl, and everybody was on the internet saying, "Yeah, man, that girl, she lost her husband and shit like that. She was a private citizen." You know what she did? She went and sent cease and desist to all the media. You know the one people who thought she was capping and didn't pay attention to it like they were supposed to? Shannon Sharp. You know what she did? Filed that lawsuit. You know what happened when she filed the lawsuit as a private citizen? Shannon Sharp and Ocho Cinco settled ASAP. Because they knew if they went to court with that woman, she was going to win big. She was a private citizen. Look it up. ASAP. And so the person said, no, they don't have to wait till the investigation is over with. They can sue you right now. They ain't got to wait till the investigation is over with. They don't need to wait till the investigation is over with. All they can do is go to court and present their evidence right now. So this is the part people don't understand, bro. When you bring a guy, well, I was thinking like, why the fuck how did they bring this guy? This is Donald Trump's lawyer. He's currently working on cases for Donald Trump. So again, somebody very influential on the right wing side. I'm telling you, bro. Somehow got a contact, in my opinion. And this guy right here, man, he's serious business, man. Sometimes you can't never underestimate your opponent, man. You set yourself up for failure, man. You ruin your whole entire life, man. You ruin your whole entire life, man. You know what I mean? And so I tell this out of love to other content. I know y'all think I'll be trying to say hate when I say stuff, but I'm saying this because even that girl with the audio, she's in big fucking trouble, bro. They about to destroy her whole life. I'm telling you this shit. With these lawsuits they about to hit her ass with, bro, even if people donate 150 racks to her, bro, that shit ain't gonna be enough. She gonna need damn near $500,000 to $1 million for her defense. Because like I told you, her audio have not been authenticated by a forensic audio specialist. It's not even being used in the trial. And I mean in the investigation. It's not. This is why I be trying to tell y'all this. So whoever went and got him, they knew exactly what he was doing. Now watch what I tell y'all. When he filed lawsuits, I promise y'all see this, and y'all know I get all the paperwork. So whenever he filed lawsuits, I'm gonna get the paperwork and I'm gonna show y'all. He filed that shit federal. Watch what I tell you. Soon as he filed the first lawsuit, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna put it on the screen. I'm gonna show y'all. This mofo filed federal. He went right around the anti-slap shit. He went federal. Peep game now. Peep game now. So hopefully people will get their money right, man. Because like I said, some of these people on YouTube, they do got their bread right. So, I mean, they willing to go and fight it. Hey, man, listen. But if you don't got your money right, man, you know? And to the person who said fear mongering, it's not fear mongering, bro. It's not fear mongering, ma'am or brother, when you got a family to take care of and you don't have the money or the means to fight these type of lawsuits. That's not fear mongering. That's the truth. We live in a world of reality. And I'm talking to you. We live in a world of reality, ma'am. I'm not selling fear. I'm selling reality. You answer me this question, tip 8437. What the hell is Donald Trump's lawyer doing down here messing with people on YouTube and on Facebook? You tell me. You tell me. Tell me. What are they doing down here? Tell me. And to the brother BJ, remember, the BBC is a major network, so they got the money to fight back like that. They got millions and billions of dollars to fight back. You think YouTubers got millions of dollars, $500,000 to fight a defamation lawsuit? And most lawyers, you're going to need 120 to get in the door. Most good lawyers, you're going to need like 120 racks just to get in the door on this. Right? So the person who says Donald Trump has not won all his cases, he's won a lot of them with this guy. He's won damn near $100 million. So this guy ain't even had to go to court. What are you talking about? Donald Trump has damn near won $100 million with this guy. He ain't had to go to court. On most of them cases, this dude ain't had to go to court. He just hit you right from the settlements, right from the beginning. Whoop. Once he hit you with that information, and they ask you, hey, go ahead and send us your evidence. See, when you say things on the internet or you suggest things, you have to have a reason for suggesting that. So if you say, hey, man, I think these kids murdered somebody, okay, you have to have reasons that are provable and admissible in a court of law. Not what you think, not how you feel like. No. You can't be guessing. You have to have something that is admissible in a court of law. This is why I told everybody, man, if Ben Crump is the leader, follow the leader, bro. I watched Ben Crump over the years, bro. The dude is a G. I trust him, real talk. He's not an idiot. This is why he say things the way he say them. If you gonna come on the internet and jump in front of Ben Crump and say all this wild shit, then ain't nothing Ben Crump can do. That's you. He ain't tell people to say that. He's not out even here saying that. Right? People that I just told y'all. So if you don't even hear Ben Crump talking like that, and he got investigators on the scene, then I told y'all, I knew once he went down to the Horn Island, bro, that dude, I knew he getting ready. This mofo getting ready to try and act like he got daggone Roger Clemens. Because the first thing he gonna ask all these content creators, watch, when they go to depositions, if you have enough money to make it to a deposition, when they go to a deposition and you and your lawyer got to sit in deposition, the first fucking question they're going to ask you is, did you go investigate the scene of Nolan Wells' death? Did you go to the island and investigate the island? And guess what he's going to be able to say in his filings? We did. He's going to ask you, do you know the condition of the island? Do you know the condition of the water? Have you seen this? A, B, C, D, E. Okay, if you haven't, have you had any investigators? Show us the evidence that your investigators collected. We talking court now. We ain't talking YouTube. We ain't talking I can just come on here and say anything. I be telling y'all stuff because I study when I'm in class. When I was in class, I studied for real. I just didn't go in there and go to sleep and fall down and do whatever because I was playing basketball. No, I studied for real, my nigga. So all that little mumbo jumbo, winging it talk on YouTube, that shit ain't gonna work when you get in the court of law and they strip your ass down. And I'm gonna tell you what they do. They look at your assets too. They size up your assets, what you've been making on social media, everything. This is what they get PIs for. So once you get to that deposition, they're gonna ask you, yo, did you go see the scene of Nolan Wells' death? Did you have any analysts or anybody investigators investigate the scene of his death? Do you know approximately how many feet the boat was out when they started having problems with the bilge pump? All these things they're gonna ask you in a deposition. They're gonna sit you down for 6-7 hours. You gonna be sitting up there. Oh well, I be trying to tell cats. They don't be want to listen. Then they come to you talking this mumbo jumbo. Oh, you're trying to put fear tech. No, nigga, I'm telling you the motherfucking truth. When you sit in there and they ask you 100 questions and you ain't got the answers, it's gonna look real bad. That's why this is when I knew he was serious when he went down there to the island. When he went down there to the island, I said, oh shit. Yeah, that motherfucker serious. Cause I already knew it. I knew it was coming next. I knew exactly what was coming next. And if you didn't know, now you know what's coming next. This is the reason why both of them lawyers went down there with that boy on that island. I told y'all this. And they put the pictures out there to let y'all know we was out here investigating this scene and seeing the conditions. What this boy doing, he explaining to him all of the different dynamics of the water, what happened that day, how the tides were, the structure of Horn Island, where they were at in certain spots. He basically reenacted what his side of the story is for that day. So any of these content creators that's talking shit, they're gonna first thing they're gonna ask y'all, have y'all gone down there and seen this? And the reason why it's not federal, no, he's not, bro. Listen, it's gone federal, bro. It's not even in Mississippi. A lot of these people that are content creators don't live in Mississippi. They live in other states. So all he's gonna do is go to other states. This man got connections all across the board in the nation. He'll just sue you in your state. If you're in Mississippi, you'll get that smoke in Mississippi. If you in other states, he'll just sue you in your state. He'll go straight federal. Right? And anti-slap, it can't even protect you in the state level if your statements insinuated that these young boys murdered somebody. And you had people in your comment section saying, oh yeah, I know they did it. Even if you said allegedly, it doesn't protect you. Because your insinuations ruin the boys' reputations. All they're gonna do is show the screenshots of your comment section and say, look what they told all their followers, and now look what these people are all saying. People that told y'all. So that's why I told y'all I follow Ben Crump. You know why I said I follow Ben Crump? Because Ben Crump actually had investigators that went down into that island. Notice how Ben Crump had his own investigators going down to that island. So Ben Crump, he has information. If he goes and has to go to a deposition, he can legitimately speak on my investigators went down there. He can give you details about findings that he saw down there, specifics. Think about what I just said. So the person who said Ben Crump can barely read, he can count though, and Ben Crump is more, he's more experienced. Ben Crump has won more money in settlements than Donald Trump's lawyer. So, bro, cut that shit out in the comment section, Nate Coleman. Stop capping, dog. You don't know nothing about what you're talking about, bro. Ben Crump has won more money. Ben Crump has won damn near $3 billion in settlements. I mean, excuse me. Yeah, nearly $3 billion in settlements, dog. $3 billion. Get it right, Buster. Get it right, brother. Get it right. So let's keep this shit 100, bro. The hell you talking about? So once again, and I told y'all, they don't even have a lawsuit against Ben Crump. Watch what I tell y'all. They're not even going to sue Ben Crump. Nope. They're not even going to sue Ben Crump. They already said today that they're not suing the Wells family. They're not going to sue Ben Crump. They have no grounds to sue Ben Crump. Excuse me. Alleged doesn't mean anything in a court of law. For defamation against private citizens, it means nothing. A judge doesn't even recognize alleged or my opinion. Learn law, brother. That's basic law. That's basic law. When you're dealing with defamation per se, that's basic law. A judge does not recognize alleged or my opinion. He don't recognize that shit. If you insinuate that a private citizen committed a murder, and in your comment section, in a channel that's monetized, people are in the comment section calling them people murderers based off your assumptions, that is 100% defamation per se against a private citizen. This is not even a question. When somebody comes on the internet and tells you the truth, you want to say it's a lie. The private citizen standard is so low, it's crazy. You cannot have an opinion that accuses someone or insinuates someone committed a murder without evidence. What is wrong with people? This is why you have so many low-level thinking people in this world, y'all. He keeps saying I'm saying something different. I'm not. I'm saying right now, if you come on the internet and talk about a private citizen and say, yeah, you know what, man, my opinion, or I allegedly think that they murdered somebody, you're done, son. I'm saying allege, my opinion, all that shit. It's not going to work. A judge does not recognize that in a court of law for defamation per se against a private citizen. What the hell is wrong with people? This is what I be trying to tell y'all. Like when I be stir frying these niggas on YouTube, right? 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 Huh? Repeat what I'm saying to y'all. Right? Now I'm going to show them this, right? I'm going to put it on screen. All right? I'm going to show it to you. My brother, I try to tell this brother, I don't know why the homie don't want to listen, man. This is the type of people y'all see that we got on the internet, man. It's nothing I can really do. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing I can really say. Because these people don't want to listen, man. I try to educate and try to tell the truth on my channel to the best of my ability, man. People will hate me. They'll get mad at me. You know what I'm saying? They'll talk shit. But I know one thing. I'm standing on truth and honor. Right? You saying the word allegedly does not work as a shield in civil court. if you falsely accuse a private citizen of murder without evidence. In defamation law, courts care about the overall message and how a normal person would understand your words, not just the specific vocabulary words you choose. By adding allegedly does not give you permission to spread unverified or baseless rumors. Game over, dog. What are you talking about? You're not listening, brother. Brother, everybody isn't taking time. This is a hold on, my brother. Let me explain this to you. This is the difference with this case. In the past, many people have not taken the time to come out and even bother this. This is a whole different situation because now these motherfuckers say, I got time. I got time for the bullshit. Their lawyers are saying, no, I got time for this shit. Now it's a different ball game because many people didn't want to spend the money, but guess what these boys did? They went and got a GoFundMe, Give Send Go, a fundraiser to pay that lawyer fee. See the difference? See, most people wouldn't care about suing a broke YouTuber or somebody they don't feel like they can win millions and millions of dollars off of. But when you have people that are funding this and you won't even be able to file bankruptcy, it's not going to happen. They block bankruptcy in that case. The judge automatically will block bankruptcy and defamation. See, this is what happens when you don't know the law. Y'all see Coco? This is what happens when you don't know the law. Right? Right? This is what happens when you don't know the law. Right? I'm telling y'all this right now. Right? Straight like that. Right? Judge in that shit quick. Nope, can't file bankruptcy. You know why? Because if you have multiple videos suggesting it's saying the same thing, bro, that's you fucked. Because they won't look at it like it's a one-off. They'll literally block you from filing bankruptcy. And if you file it now, they'll just throw an injunction to block you and say, hey, judge, look what they did. They tried to file bankruptcy right before we sued them because we announced that we were filing these lawsuits. I'm trying to tell you how the law works. Right? And you can't just file bankruptcy just to file for bankruptcy. Bro, I don't know why these people be thinking I just be coming on the internet just saying anything. Like I'm just trying to like F with content creators. No, I'm trying to help people use their mind and think. Think about this. Ben Crump is worth multi-millions of dollars. He's not out here saying shit. If he ain't saying nothing, I ain't saying nothing. Because I know he ain't got the goods. He the one that got the investigators on the ground. Why would I say a word? Why would I say a word? Think about what I just told y'all. That's why you always wait on the leader. Because when he the one that got the troops on the ground that's doing the investigating. Period. And to the person that they're trying to scare, no, they're not trying to scare. They're trying to defend themselves. If somebody accuse you of murder, you'll defend yourself too. If somebody accuse you of murder and you were innocent, you'll probably sue their ass and defend yourself too. If you had all these people on your helmet threatening you and you ain't do it. Think about it. So if those boys feel like, hey, we didn't do it, what they supposed to do? Sit back and just keep getting stir fried? Man, they gonna stand there, they gonna fight for themselves. The same way you would. The same way that Nolan Wells' parents should against Tatum. For all the treacherous things he don't said. Right? They're talking about the parents that talk to him. For what, nigga? Nah, that's not an official list. That's not an official list, man. I know who they going after. I know who they going after. You know what I'm saying? Oh, now the other lawyers, I can't speak for the other lawyers. What's the other dude's name? Bart lawyer? Shit, now he don't already went after a TikToker, so he might go after all the other ones, right? And that's another thing. That's multiple lawsuits, bro. That's the bad part about it, y'all. You're talking about two different people. This is the fucked up part. So while all the boys who got these two lawyers, right here, this is the part I forgot to tell y'all. So this is the fucked up part, y'all. So these two lawyers are working together. The lawyer from Mississippi on the left and Donald Trump's lawyer on the right. They're working together with three of those boys, right? Here's the fucked up part, y'all. Those boys got different lawyers. The Bart kid and these other three kids, right? Man, that's fucked up, bro, because they're not going to file together. He has a different lawyer. So imagine if you got to face two separate fucking defamation lawsuits. Oh my Jesus. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. And I just now thought about that because Bart has a whole different lawyer. He got the Russ Latino guy. He went and got an Italian lawyer. So he has Russell Latino is his lawyer. His lawyer is completely different than these other guys' lawyers. So now, let's say they file lawsuits against the same content creator. These mofos will have multiple lawsuits on their helmet. They're gonna have to pay for lawyer for two different lawyers. Man, that will fucking financially crush a person. So the person said the men's name of public information knows they were private citizens. They were made public because of this case by the actual people in the content community. They never tried to be celebrities or any of this before this case. So you got to learn what you're talking about, brother. And the only reason why I'm telling you this is because it's the truth. And they're not going after the deepest pockets. That's not true. They're going after some of the top content creators, but they're going after people who's out here who they also want to shut down their platforms based off of things that they may have said. Right. To my 65, 605, 605, now you understand. Right? And what's going to happen is once they go to litigation, they're not going to be able to talk about it anyways. Your lawyer is going to advise them not to say anything else. So they're not even going to be able to talk about this whole thing no more. That's another thing. Once you start getting in litigation, you're going to be advised not to talk about this shit no more by your lawyer. Right? You said I just said Bart. No, I said Bart because they made it public. They made it public because that girl dropped that audio with a transcript that put his name in it. Listen to what I said. Those boys were private citizens. The freedom of speech shit doesn't work. This is the point people got to understand. That freedom of speech shit does not work. It's useless. I'm telling y'all. Right? I'm telling y'all this. Right? I'm telling y'all this. You guys don't even know y'all laws, man. You just come on the internet just saying shit, bro. And if I tell you the truth, you'll get mad. You'll get mad, man. If I say the truth, you'll get mad, right? And that's the thing. That's the problem I really have, right? That's the problem I really have. But I mean, since I'll be your huckleberry though, my nigga. Since you really want to know that bad, I'll explain it to you. I'll break it down to you real quick. It ain't no thing but a chicken wing on a string. Cause I see you in the comment section talking, brother. So since you talking, I just tell you the truth, man. And I'm not doing this to try to like show you up or show people up. I'm doing this to help people be educated. If Ben Crump is worth multi-millions of dollars and he's not saying nothing, why the fuck is YouTubers coming on and people coming on TikTok, Facebook, and X saying all this dumb shit? It makes no sense whatsoever. But since you want me to cook you tonight, I'll go ahead and stir fry you real quick. Freedom of speech excuse is useless because the First Amendment does not protect defamation, man. While the U.S. Constitution gives you the right to voice your opinions, and I mean, all this stuff I'm giving to y'all is law. You should learn this. This is a teachable moment to everybody. While the U.S. Constitution gives you the right to voice your opinions, express ideas, and criticize the government, it does not give you the right to state false facts that destroy an innocent person's life and reputation. Freedom of speech is not absolute. A common mistake people make is thinking that free speech means you can say absolutely anything you want without consequences. The law has always placed limits. This is the law. The law. To the person who said it's not the law, this is the law, buddy. The law. Are you not reading your screen right now? Read number one, brother. Read number one, brother. Read number one, because you don't know what the hell you're talking about. A common mistake people like you make is thinking that free speech means you can say absolutely anything you want without consequences. The law has always placed limits on speech that causes direct, measurable harm to others. Just like you cannot yell fire in a crowded theater when there's no fire. You cannot invent a story that a private citizen is a murderer. That's not a summary, that's law. And I can show it to you in law. Know your role and shut your damn mouth when daddy's cooking. The hell is wrong with you, boy? You don't know who you talking to, boy? I'll be showing you this on the screen just so everybody can see this. Oh, this is already burnt in my brain. Facts are not opinions, boy. The First Amendment fiercely protects your rights to state an opinion. However, it does not protect false statements of fact. That's not true. That picture is totally not true. That's a lie. People are making that shit up, bro. All this shit is made up on the internet, bro. Y'all gotta stop going for AI. Stop going for that cap, man. People setting themselves up to get the goddamn break suit off their ass saying dumb shit, bro. Y'all look for the next AI shit people put out. I tell you, AI is the devil, bro. I'm telling y'all this. So, anyways, let me say this to y'all, right? So basically, you said people invented things. Yes, they literally are, bro. The case file has not even been released. The grand jury file has not been released, and the only thing that's been released officially is the unofficial autopsy by Ben Crump, and that says it can't even determine the cause of death. Period. So if Ben Crump's autopsy says, "Hey man, we couldn't conclude or determine the cause of death," you can't call somebody or say, "I think they murdered somebody." Here we go again. The First Amendment fiercely protects your rights to state an opinion. However, it does not protect false statements of fact. There is a massive legal difference between these two examples. Protective opinion. I think that guy is creepy and untrustworthy. This is a personal feeling that cannot be proven true or false. Unprotected defamation. That guy murdered someone last week. That's a specific factual claim that can be disproven. Labeling, once again, the audio is not being used. It's not. That audio that was enhanced by the girl is not being used. The only audio that's being used is the raw, unedited CETO audio call that Ben Crump and his team have. And they're not saying shit about it because it ain't nothing to say about it. You can keep saying this shit till your face turn blue, Miss Ness. It's not going to work. You're going to see. And it's going to be crazy when these people try to go to court and bring that shit up. Watch how they stick it straight up their ass. I'm telling you this. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm telling the truth. So let me get back, right? So check this out. So unprotected defamation. Saying that, hey man, that guy murdered somebody last Tuesday. This is a specific factual claim that can be disproven. Labeling it as an opinion or free speech won't even save you in court. So if you say, hey man, this is my opinion. My opinion is that them boys some murderers or they did this, bro, you have to prove that in court. So that's not free speech. You have to prove that in court. That's unprotected defamation. The law says you have to prove that in a court of law, meaning you have to prove why your opinion is that they murdered somebody. Whatever, however you said it. Are you not following what I'm putting down to you? I'm breaking down the law. You can call a lawyer, man. You need to call a lawyer, bro. It's not a summary, bro. It's a law, bro. You need to call a lawyer, bro. American laziness. You need to call a lawyer, brother. You seriously need to call a lawyer. Ask a lawyer. Ask a civil lawyer. Ask a civil lawyer if I'm lying about this rule right here and this law. The First Amendment, sir, states that Congress shall make no law, right, abridging the freedom of speech. This means the government cannot arrest you, censure you, or pass laws to stop you from speaking your mind. A defamation case is a private civil lawsuit between two citizens. When a private citizen sues you for lying about them, they are not censoring your political views. They're using the court system to hold you financially responsible for the real world wreckage your lies cause to their business, family, and safety. Free speech protects you from the police, nigga, but it does not protect you from a civil lawsuit. Now do you understand? Now do you understand, brother? Now do you understand? So, yeah, I mean, you won't get arrested, but you're going to get your motherfucking ass sued. Simple as that. That's the difference right there. See, this is how you stir fry dudes and cook them slow on YouTube. People who don't know shit about the law. This is how you stir fry their ass. Right? You fabricated the danger. Meaning, courts look at whether a statement creates a clear and present danger or inflicts unprovoked harm. What do I mean? They already got 3 people that's been arrested. Once again. Right? Now, courts look at whether a statement creates a clear and present danger or inflicts unprovoked harm. Accusing a private citizen of murder without evidence can destroy their career, lead to death threats, which we've already seen. This is why it's going to be easy for them in court. All they're going to do is show, hey, man, look at all these people we just seen that got death threats from this shit. And ruin their standing in the community. They already said, hey, man, we can't even go in places and get certain drinks. Because the speaker created this severe harm out of thin air using falsehoods, judges will immediately reject any defense that relies on freedom of speech. Period. Simple as that. Right? Right? So I'm telling y'all what's going on. Right? So, yeah, you won't get arrested. You won't get arrested. But in civil court, you'll get sued. So, yeah, it's not against the law to say it. It's not illegal to say it, but people don't understand. Criminal law and civil law is completely different. In the court of criminal law, no, you can say whatever you want to say, but in the court of civil law, they're gonna tax your ass for it. Straight up, right? This is why y'all have to educate yourself. DJ Seven for Life, salute to you, brother. This is why y'all have to educate yourselves and understand the law and what's going on within the law, right? This is the reason why, right? So hopefully people understand this. Hopefully y'all will pick this up, understand this, and just know that I'm trying to put out great information so people will have information, man. I think that's very important, right? I think that is very important, right? So hopefully you guys will take this information, man, use it for good purposes, man, and understand, man, that once again, if Ben Crump is not saying nothing, Bro, I'm telling you right now, man. That should let everybody know something, man. Like, hold on, bro. Ben Crump ain't even saying this shit. Like, damn, he not even saying to these boys. Ben Crump ain't saying nothing about none of these boys. Think about that shit. He ain't said a fucking word. But you got everybody on social media jumping off, acting like hooligans. And now all of them gonna get sued, and ain't nothing gonna happen to Ben Crump. Ain't nothing gonna happen to the Wells family, right? Think about what I just said, right? Right. So yeah, man. Once again, you guys, common sense. I tell y'all, it's not common in this world we live in, and this is the reason why I say the things that I say to everybody. But real talk, the question should be: did Nolan Wells have a bag that day? Nolan Wells spent the night over one of his friends' house. Where was all his stuff? Did Nolan Wells have sandals that day? If he had sandals, where were the sandals? Nobody talked about sandals on the boat. Was his sandals on a different boat with people he was allegedly supposed to leave with? Who are these people that he was allegedly that knew him that said they saw him on the island? Did he have his sandals on their boat? Was that Nolan Wells bag behind right there on the back of that boat? That yellow bag, green bag, that lime green bag. These are all real questions that need to be asked that ain't even been answered. And think about this. One of the biggest questions, time of Nolan's death. Nobody's talking about the time of his death. And then the biggest question that nobody is everybody forgot about until today. And this right here is going man, this is gonna make or break this whole 430 thing. The god daggone cell phone. And I told y'all about that in the other video. So if y'all didn't see about the cell phone, go back and listen to my last live. When they open that cell phone, but that cell phone, they're going to be able to tell if that cell phone was tampered with or anything. If that cell phone was not touched, if that cell phone was not attempted to be opened or touched by those boys, man, it's going to look real bad for a lot of people. If they did, it's going to look bad on them. But if they didn't, I'm trying to tell y'all, that cell phone gonna tell you the GPS coordinates, where it was at, what time. Did anybody try to break in? Did anybody try to use facial recognition? Think about this, right? So once again, and the reason why I said his shoes is because when Nolan Wells, when those boys left, did Nolan Wells have sandals with him, or was he barefoot? If he had sandals with him, where were the sandals at? Do the police have those sandals? Did somebody else have those sandals on their boat because Nolan put them on their boat because he was going to go home with them? All of these questions are huge questions to this case. And the fact that that phone wasn't looked through, I'm disappointed. That phone should have already been looked through, bro. Bro, we don't been 30 days in. They need to get that shit together ASAP. They need to get these people together and look through that phone. Real talk, right? No. I'm asking about the flip flops because nobody said anything about them. They was never talked about on the boat. It was only talked about his phone and his keys. They didn't say, hey, he left his phone, his keys, and his flip flops. Nope. So once again, right, right. Well, I know how to talk about this. I know how to talk about this, sir. And I talk about this in a way where I don't accuse anybody of murder because I can't prove that there was a murder committed. Now, do I think there was foul play? Yes, but I don't know who committed that. I'm not a person to sit out here and be able to point a finger at somebody I don't have evidence against, right? And this is the truth, right? And I'm just being honest with you. Shout out to my girl, Tracy girl in the building. Much love to her. I see you in the building, homegirl. Yeah, I see you. Shout out to the homegirl in the building, man. Real talk. You know, you bring out facts, people get mad. Like you say factual information. You said the boys are gonna get sued. Nah, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I don't think anything's gonna happen between the boys and Nolan's mom. And that's the crazy part. Let me say this. That's the craziest part of it all. That's the craziest part of it all. Watch what I tell y'all. Nolan's parents ain't suing them boys, and them boys ain't suing Nolan's parents. Watch what I tell y'all. All these other people gonna get dealt with. All these other people they gonna get dealt with. Watch. I'm telling y'all this shit. Nolan's parents are not gonna sue them boys, and them boys are not gonna sue Nolan's parents. Watch. Watch what I tell y'all. The only people that's gonna get sued in this whole situation is content creators. Watch what I tell y'all. That's the only person that's gonna get sued in this whole situation is them content creators. That's it. Y'all watch how this shit play out. Watch how this shit play out, y'all. They not even gonna end up suing that those people. Watch what I tell y'all. Guarantee you this, right? I guarantee you this. Watch. Yeah, everybody gonna be looking crazy because they already said today they're not suing Nolan Wells' parents. Nolan Wells' parents are not suing those boys. Watch what I tell y'all this. They not gonna sue those boys, right? No, Ben Crump hadn't done a no, he haven't done a phone analysis. They announced it today. His the counsel that's working with him announced today that they still have not went through the phone yet. They still want to do a meeting with the FBI, the state, and the independent party themselves, so they can all open it together. I don't blame him for wanting to do that. You know what I'm saying? But I think they should have already done it. Oh yeah, Tatum's in a lot of trouble, man, bro. Tatum is serious. He got some serious problems coming with him, bro. Tracy girl, you know what's up. He got some serious problems. That dude got some serious problems coming with him, man. Got some serious heat coming on him. I'm telling you. Tatum been saying a whole lot of shit, man. He shouldn't have went after that mother like he did, man. That mother lost a son, nigga. You went after her like that, bro. That's instant pain and suffering, bro. So the person who said everybody's not impressed, you don't have to be impressed. It's called having intelligence. When somebody, I don't have to be impressed with who you are or who you ain't. It's called being smart and knowing that, hold on, this guy operates at a certain level. If you ain't operating at that level, you need to pick and choose your fights. Because even if you don't like him, he's still operating at a level that's so high, it's going to force you into bankruptcy, literally, or force you into losing a judgment, or excuse me, losing in a pre-trial situation where it don't even go to trial. Because he's gonna smoke you out financially. When you have skilled lawyers like this, they know all the ways to get you up out of there quick. If you ain't got the money to go the distance, they gonna get your ass up out of there. And think, how many people on the internet y'all know really want to spend $250,000 to $350,000 on a lawyer on a defamation case? Come on, man. Only a few. You got to be a multi-millionaire to be want to spend that type of money. That's a lot of money. No, you're not hearing me. I didn't give an opinion on this case as far as accusing somebody. These people are accusing people of murder, bro. They're insinuating that people committed murder. That is defamation per se. That's slander. I'm not. I'm not saying any of those things. In fact, I'm saying, look, we just need to wait to see what Ben Crump come with and what the state come with. so we can come and put the information together and then look at it. That's the difference. Right. That's the difference. Right. So like, share, subscribe, man. Y'all know what it is, man. You know what I mean? Miss G Ness. It's crazy that people don't comprehend, man. They always think you hating when you're not really hating. Like, if these people really saw my heart, they would not think I'm hating. I'm trying to put people on the game and telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? I don't benefit from lying to people. I could listen, let me tell y'all something. I could lie to people, say what everybody want to hear, and do 100,000 views. And guess what? I'll end up in court looking stupid, having no evidence, not being able to fight these guys in court because I don't have the proper evidence, and then lose everything. Trying to be bravado and Billy Badass. I'm just being honest with you. I can just come on here and tell y'all everything everybody else saying and whatever y'all want to hear and do 100,000, 200,000 views. But that's not how I really feel. I come in here, regardless of whether it's going to be 1,000 or 200, 300 people. I tell you how I really feel. You know, it don't matter to me who's mad about it or who feel a way about it. That's how I feel. Right? Yeah, and I wouldn't even feel good about myself to come in here and lie. I could make so much more money just coming in here saying the average shit. You know what I mean? When I told y'all, I'm not, bro, it was 500 to 1,000 people out there, bro. That's a lot of people, bro. To me, I was looking at everything. Yeah, Tracy, you ain't lying, man. It's gonna be sad, baby girl. It's definitely gonna be a thing. I'm telling y'all, gonna watch this play out in front of the whole world. Watch. It's gonna watch this play out in front of the whole world. Watch what I tell you. Watch what this shit gonna be sad, man. I can see motherfuckers right now doing their videos, come on the internet crying. Man, they're trying to take everything, man. This is some bullshit, man. Racism in America, man. Just trying to stand up. I'm trying to tell y'all this, bro. Watch. Peep game. You ain't got that financial infrastructure, man. That's the reason why you wait on the big dogs. Right? You said, what is the FBI doing other than tracking down other threats respectfully? Well, we don't know. Once again, we're not with the FBI on a day-to-day basis. So we don't know what information these people have collected or not collected. That's the one thing that people have to realize too. People still don't realize we don't understand or know what they have or have not collected. And I'm talking about the investigators. The investigators could be sitting on a whole tape that ain't nobody seen. The investigators could have somebody that already they don't picked up, they don't confess to everything. We ain't seen it. They just waiting on the rest of the information to corroborate these people to their person's story. You never know. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't come out until the grand jury comes out. Like, share, subscribe, man.
Hey, we always appreciate the support, and if you guys want to do so, you can use the Cash App or PayPal links. They'll be in the description box below this video or pinned at the top of the comments. The top donators will be announced every month. All right, you guys, hope y'all enjoyed the video. Like, share, and subscribe. Make sure y'all cop the merch, and make sure that you get the weight loss formula. The links to that will be in the description box below this video. Check out our next video coming up right now.